Right, so I'm about this far away from 4K iRating, and I thought, because there's no officials this week because it's fun week, I'm going to have to hop out into the Porsche Cup because I usually do GT3s. Love GT3s, hyper competitive, and all those little milestones hit 3K, 3.5K, getting close to 4K in GT3. I'm very proud of that because I had to do things that I couldn't do before to get the results that I couldn't get before. Do you know what I mean? So although grinding iRating and gaining iRating does seem a little bit trivial and it's just a numbers game, it does mean a lot because, put it this way, me 2 years ago couldn't get 2K iRating in GT3 series. So, I had to grow an awful lot. So I decided to come to P Cup land. It's at Road Atlanta. These races are quite, how do you put it?
No, bro, what the f are you doing?
Bruh. Competitive. They're very competitive. The cars take a lot of skill to hoosh around. Trail braking is big in these cars. Getting on throttle for extra rotation is very big in these cars. This race I was big under pressure. It's one of these where I just hopped on and I didn't want to chat around, and so I just did the racing. But I'm going to be there with you for the post commentary. So let's get stuck into it. Oh, and by the way, if you're looking for a 3% discount off SimMagic gear on simmagic.com, make sure you check out the link in the description, and there's a discount code down there for you as well. Let's get into the race. Right, so here we are on the grid. Lights about to go out. We don't have a clutch set, so we'll just take it real easy on this start. There we go. Get her rolling. Put the foot down. We see a car behind us now. This lovely black car has a mega run. This guy here leaves the window open, so we just scoot up here. Feeling like I'm making good progress. Cold tires going into turn one. We do need to watch out. Probably down to a bit of third gear. Hug the curb as much as we can. We're on the inside of a guy at the minute here, but hey, we're free. I just try and command the track here so no one does anything stupid. 6.4K guy ahead of me decides to do that. I decide to just, hey, you know what? I'm checking out. I got early checkout with my hotel stay. I'm just going to dip out here into the grass, take the bit of a slowdown penalty. That way, I get to live. I choose life. Now, I'm kind of looking at this guy ahead of me. You can actually see me mutter 6.4K to myself. It's like, poor Joey. He seems like he was a bit annoyed by that. But hey, we survived. That's all that matters. And we got a freebie out of it. So saddened, yes. Complain, no. This guy's going to rejoin, but he rejoins nice and safe onto the curb and slowly gets putting the power back down. Very, very considerate. So, great start to the race. These are super quick races, by the way. And this race was just fabulous. There was so much that went on, and I don't want to spoil it. But we are in for a fun ride here. One thing about these cars is they require a lot of skill to drive. Skill that sometimes I don't have, sometimes I have, and sometimes I have like a mix of, you know what I mean? It's like a paint bucket, but it's kind of dirty. It's like, it'll do the job. But with these cars, there's no ABS. There's no traction control, as you guys are aware. Meaning you got to take it handy. So here, off the gas, throwing the weight forward, onto the brakes, braking as deep as I can, slowly heading back up the hill in fourth gear, putting that power down fully, using fourth gear to help us try get that grip, try get that traction. This corner here is a real tricky one too. Bit of a lift here, just trying to hook it around over to the left. Bit of a lift so you can hook it in again and then just like power down. This track with these cars is a wild ride. You can't get over animated, you can't get over excited, otherwise you're dead. Little quick hand motions there to try save the car. But yeah, as I said in the intro in this video, this is the race for 4K iRating. 3.9K at the moment. I'm only gaining 28 at the start. I think we were gaining 6. So we're not quite there yet, unfortunately. I'm not going to lie. You're going to see I'm kind of chilled out driving at the minute. I'm focused. I'm having fun. These cars are not easy to drive. And if you would have told me a year ago I was driving Porsche Cup in a standard that was above 2K iRating, I would have been like, nah, I can't drive those cars. But I'm just slowly learning them, and to see myself actually being competitive with there's only 3K and up all around me, it really was kind of motivating. Now the emotions start coming in. I start thinking, what if I actually do get 4K in this race? This race could be the race where I get 4K, and I know it's just a number, but you work so hard for these little milestones. It could be so cool. So I'm just trying to keep those emotions down because I'm basically 4K as it is, 396 something. I'm basically 4K, but to be able to say I'm 4K, you know what I mean? So yeah, there was a bit of pressure here. I finally caught up to these guys. Roke actually just overtook someone here, so I'm just trying to figure out, is this guy a bit weak at the minute? Am I going to be able to get them? They are 4.2K, so they offer, quite a lot of results, but they may be a little bit quicker than me. As we have a huge moment coming out of the S's. But yeah, Road Atlanta in these cars is an absolute hoot. Guys, by the way, if you're not already subscribed to the channel, consider subscribing as we are on the push for, I believe, 74K. We're so close. So close. If you subscribe, I'll bake you a cake. You can come to my 5K birthday party when I have it. Never. One day. But yeah, don't forget to subscribe, guys. It's a free and easy way to support the channel. I'm just looking at this guy, Ivan, now. I'm trying to shape him up. I'm like, I'm sure I can pass him. Definitely sure I can pass him. I have a nice gap to the cars behind, so they're not coming back at all. I'm in this train, and I'm like, okay, you know, I'm feeling kind of confident here. You know, look at that drive out of this corner. I'm thinking, I'm sure I could do something. I'm not sure what, but I'm sure I could do that. And God bless, I'm looking at Jack now. He's locked in. He is fairly locked in. You take your eye off this car for a second, you're dead. It's very easy to go wide here. We see an opportunity going into turn 3. We go on the right side. We get him on the left. Let's just try send it. Let's go a little bit late in the brakes. Make sure we leave the space. He's actually hung it the whole way around. We leave the space. We can't challenge him. We just need to slot back in. Unfortunately, we have lost out a bit to the guys ahead. But hey, you got to go for these moves. It's not often with these very fast people, relative to my skill level, you get these kind of opportunities. I went for it. It didn't work out. We keep going. We keep going. And I suppose I'm not too worried about getting away, the guys getting away from me at the front, because P7 is 6.4k, aka Rock Garcia, aka Stone Cold Killer in turn 3. So I'm not too interested in getting anywhere near him. So my fight really is P8 at the minute. Andre behind is also 4.2k. He's caught up on the quick thing. It's probably my fighting which helped him, but whatevs. He's caught up. He's here. So I'm just trying to manage myself here, just stay with the pack. I see these guys getting real close to each other, and then bang!
What the fuck are you doing?
He's not a happy camper. He is not a happy... I did wave. That was pathetic, Jack. Don't wave at people like that. Well, no, it's free. Freebies. You love a good freebie. But yeah, looks like that guy just got sent on and then got wrecked. It was actually a really stupid move. I watched it on the replay. It was just pretty terrible. Kind of missed the corner a little bit here. I look up to the car behind to see if they gained much. They didn't really. It's okay. I think that guy left, actually, that got wrecked. So, poor dude. Rip. Now, coming back down into the S's again, we are on lap 5. As I said, this race does move quick. We're just trying to hold position. Because those two guys are out of the race and we've passed them, we're up to 50 iRating, meaning the position I'm in currently qualifies for 4K iRating. Now, this is kind of going through my head a little bit. I'm like, okay, this could actually be the race for 4K. I was like, oh, look, this is P Cup. You touch the grass once, you have a little moment, you're dead. You're done. And we have a little moment here. I have a look at that. That's exactly what I was thinking. I have a look in the mirror. I see he's still where he was. He's kind of close. These cars do draft quite well if you have a decent setup on and your fuel is low. But I don't think he's going to be much of a threat. My target is still P6. I have this belief at the moment in the race. I'm not sure why, because I went for a move on him once, that I'm going to get this opportunity again. And if not, I'm going to make this opportunity again. So, what do? We drive the piss out of the car. That's what we do. By the way, guys, let me know down below. Do you guys like P Cup? Because, I don't know, I've only ever done a couple races, but I have to say it is pretty fun. Especially when you're feeling hot on the brakes and you go for a move and you're able to get that car stopped by braking super, super late, and you know, you can't stop it. It's a sensational feeling. It's awesome. Like, there's not many other cars like it. It's kind of like Formula, but in these cars, it's different because of the weight and stuff. Went a little bit wide out here. Not ideal at all. There's a few times leaving this, there's a few times leaving that S's section there, you know, where the car was all kinds of squirmy. Ooh, you know, it's kind of tense, not gonna lie. We're getting close to Ivan now. Roke in P5, he hasn't really got away from us too far. Samuel seems to be keeping him at bay. Ivan is really on a 6, and, but to be honest, we're right here. We're actually in the battle, which is just neat. Really cool. And it just goes back to what I was saying earlier on in the video, like, to see myself racing amongst these guys who I thought were aliens. Anyone above 3K a year ago I thought was an alien that I could never race against. And now I'm just racing against them, and I'm not doing anything special. I'm just, you know, I'm just trying to keep my driving tidy. Look, every single one of us missed the apex here. Every single one of us. These guys aren't fast. Well, they are fast, but they're not perfect. They're actually far from it. Especially myself. So if any of you guys are ever looking at these 2K, 3K, 4K, 5K guys and thinking I can't race them, you can. You really, really can. iRating is just a number that shows results. So we have a little move here on the outside. I just want to show the nose. Unfortunately, the car beside us has gone as hard as a homemade skull at this opportunity. He tries to go around the outside of turn 3 into 4. We have to block him off and give the position back to P6. And that scone's gone soft, boys. He's back in the P8. But yeah, far from perfect. They make mistakes. In general, now they're fairly quick, you know. You got to be able to put in a good quality time. You got to be able to do a decent lap. You got to be able to do it over and over again. But like, you know, it's not impossible to do. So if anything, I'd like to tell people that, you know, whatever goals you have in iRacing, or, you know, you just want to race in competitive lobbies, it doesn't matter what the iRating is. Unfortunately, iRating is the key to get into those lobbies. But if you're able to convert results, you know, you start getting these races that are just like, wow. You know, the guy ahead of you, the guy in your car, which is you, the guy behind you, you're all doing your absolute best. And not just any absolute best. You guys are racing with like grit, you know, all the experience of years before, months before, and it's all gone into this race to perform right now. You know, are you good today? Are you bad today? How you feeling today? It's like pool. If you ever play pool or billiards with anyone, some days are good, some days are not, and this is basically it. Coming into turn 1 again, it's lap 8. I'm really thinking I get a move done. This guy behind just gives us a little kiss. That scone was showing itself again, but we're good. Again, trying to open up this corner more than this car ahead. Ivan really does have this car down. I'm kind of losing hope a little bit. Yeah, I remember it now. Exactly in this moment, I'm thinking, maybe I just need to hold position. I think I'm pushing a little bit too hard. You know, a little mistake there. Right now is where I had this thought. I'm thinking, okay, I got these guys behind me. They're bloodthirsty. 5.4k guy is attacking P8. He goes for the move. I'm looking in the mirror a little bit too much here, but I'm just very interested to see how this plays out. Thank God Andre goes back for the move. They collide a little bit. They bump around. That gives me a good respite. If that guy Mark was to get through, I think he was a little bit quicker than me. Like the lap before, he done 1.4 seconds quicker than me. So yeah, I think he got yeeted off the track by him saying dude in the tech section. So yeah, we have a bit of free time. Now I'm thinking, okay, let's get a little bit risky with it. Let's brake late here. Let's see what we can do. Really happy about being on the brakes now. The brakes in this car are just working great. I'm feeling one with them. Incident points aren't too bad so far, 2 out of 17. I'm not live, so I can actually say it. The safety rating gods aren't going to hear me. Decide to show the nose here. He does decide to go a little bit defensive, so I'm seeing, can I capitalize on this? Have I thrown him off? Let's try and go all the way to the right and make him think we're going for a move, but then obviously it's too late. There's nothing going on, and especially even he knows that. So we just try and stay close. Stay close. That's all we can do. Stay close, stay in control. We go a little bit wide here and we just can't get it back in. That's one of the reasons I hate the P Cup. Sometimes you just can't feel the fronts. I know Daniel Morad made a video talking about it. About the car, like it just doesn't, it feels too light. When in real life this car feels planted, you know, and of course it does feel planted in real life, but there is some lightness about this car, and you know, I can appreciate that. Now, granted, I went into this race with no practice or anything. If all you do is drive these cars, well then they're going to feel great. But when you come from pointier cars such as GT3s or Formula cars, and then you hop in this, it's like, oh, where's the front end? And obviously it's a Porsche, so the front end's going to be light, but yeah, it's a toughie. It is a toughie. Coming in late on the brakes here. I feel like I've gone a touch too late. We have a big lockup, but we're able to save it. Looking at the car behind, protecting from the switch black, just kind of holding the track where it is, having a look behind. He's not going to be able to go for the move, so we're good. He tries to have a little peek up the inside, but then he like recorrects and like kind of gets on the brakes or something and just kills somebody, which is pretty sad. I'm not quite sure who he killed, but rip. And anyway, and now I'm thinking, damn, that mistake is after throwing away P6. Damn it. It's like he's 1.4 away from me. We've 2 minutes left on the clock, essentially 2 or so laps left. I don't think I can catch him. Until this weird switch flips in my head, and I'm like, you know what? Let's just fucking send it. Let's send it. So obviously I have a wiggle coming out of there. I see the delta coming down a little bit. I'm like, you know, I'm just going to push. I'm just going to push, see what happens. I'm going to try not fall over the limit. I'm not going to try not trip over myself, but we're going to push. I'm coming in here, trailing all the way up until the curb, trying to plant that second gear down, really getting out of there. And I'm just seeing, wow, we're after getting a great drive out of that corner. Andre seems to be busy making friends with Mark back there. Those two have a petite histoire together. So those two look like they're going to be, let's say, indisposed together. So those two are looking good. I'm just thinking that we're down to a second now. Maybe a bit of fancy braking. Long trail braking into here with third gear. Nail both of these apexes. Real early on the power. A little off track just to show the boys we're serious. To 0.8 now. I'm thinking, okay, this is on. This is definitely on. I know I'm stronger than him in certain parts of the track. Let's see what we can do here. Coming in down into fourth gear, trailing as close as we can to the curb, back on the power. We're starting to feel hot, but you want to be careful when this happens, or at least for myself. You start to feel pace. It's easy to kind of run faster than your shoes will handle, and then you run out of your shoes basically and you're dead. So I'm just trying to keep it all nice and cool. I notice he's missing some points here. We're just nabbing loads of hundreds, maybe the odd 10th here and there. It really is coming back to us. And these cars, on this track at least, with the setups we were using, or at least my setup, have great draft. Unbelievable draft. Here we are, just coming into this corner again. I notice he gets on the grass. That must affect his corner. He misses the apex a little bit. It allows us to get quite close. I'm not sure if that being on the grass with his left tires affected him. I know that can hurt because you only have your right side tires slowing you down effectively, so you're gonna miss your apex. We're here in the draft, and to be honest, this is the first time I've had a chance to attack, and I'm just feeling this speed coming out of this Porsche right now. Down to a 10th, I'm thinking I'm gonna have to do something. He has the inside. It's like, come on, let's send it. Let's trust on the brakes. Let's get down third gear, second gear. We get an off track, but that's only by a millimeter or two. We get the move done. That was some fancy ass brake work to get that done. White flag now is on the outside. We're gonna have to command this corner. He does go for an early turn in, which gives him a little 0x, but fair enough. It's racing, baby, especially with these cars. Now we have the last lap to try and keep him behind. Little nervous, not gonna lie. You're gonna see I make a weird mistake here. It's easier for me to chase than it is to be chased. I know it's really a preference thing. Some people prefer to be chased. Some people like to chase. I know personally for me, it's a no-brainer. I much rather have a car in front of me. I can analyze them and I can adjust to them. You know, I can see what they're not doing and then I can just start doing it. But yeah, this is it, guys. We have half a lap. That gave us up to 57 iRating gain. We're in P6 at the minute. It's going to be tough. Now, I'm starting to worry because I know this time last lap, I had an incredible draft. And he's like 0.2, 0.3 away from me. We need an incredible drive out of here. Up to 0.3 we are. Gonna have to start weaving just a little bit. Nothing pathetic, but you know, let's flick out left. Let's fake him. Okay, so we fake him out a little bit. Let's do it again one more time. Fake him again. It's just enough to break the draft. Not sure if he's going to be going for the move here. He might be. We're going to have to defend. We have to defend him. I was worried he was going to go down the inside. Big lockup, but we kept on the track. Protect from the switchback. He kind of committed himself to that outside line, which in fairness, that was his best play. It let Mark, the 5.4k guy, up the inside. Once I knew I had him on control, I just took my line and poof! We got it. What a race that was, guys. Even just rewatching it, that was a lot of fun. What a fun experience. I told him good race, but yeah, that was so much fun. That was a belter. Really liked it. Really enjoyed that one. And we did it, guys. 4,022 iRating. Mega. Just mega.